So, in this series of things that you can be doing by yourself without a partner, the next kind of warm up slash drill I kind of want to introduce is going to be our shrimp. And so, shrimping is one of the most foundational movements. It's going to be across the board in all grappling styles, is something that you need to be able to do. And so, what a shrimp is it's this kind of concept of how to back away from somebody if somebody's trying to establish control on you. And so it's really, really one of the more powerful first defenses that you can have to prevent getting stuck in side control, to get out of side control, to be able to like maintain guard. There are a lot of scenarios there where shrimping is going to be vitally important, and so it's really important that you have a good shrimp to begin with. Now, a lot of the three schools that I've been to, the first one, was just like, okay, this is how you shrimp, and they didn't have really much emphasis on anything. The second school had kind of really, really emphasized making a big shrimp, and what kind of happens with those kind of big movements is they create all this kind of unwanted space. It's not a controlled amount of space, and so despite you trying to get away from somebody, you tend to actually get yourself in a worse situation, and you'll probably find that when you roll if you're making these big movements. So basically, the idea of shrimping, or as I think Carlos Machado had called it, is just fishtailing down the mat. Is first of all, if your hips are in, your shoulders are going to be out. If your shoulders are in, your hips are going to be out, right? And one of the things that's kind of really universally true about this is hear this sound that I'm making on the mat? That's friction. I don't want friction, right? So when I shrimp, I want to kind of get into this little ball here, right? So I'm defensive, my hands are out. I'm not pushing up, I'm not extending my hands out, but they're kind of tucked in here so I can start to frame if I need to. I can do anything to stop people from getting an underhook or whatever. So from here, I'm going to get up on my shoulder, right, just a little bit, and then I push my hips out. And then I bring my shoulders out. And then push, shoulders, push, shoulders, push, shoulders, right? So my axis of rotation when I do that push out is going to be right here on the tip of my deltoid, right in this insertion area of the deltoid, and then my toes, right? So it's not my foot that's pushing, it's just the toes. And a lot of times, some people will shrimp with the bottom leg extended. I tend to kind of pinch my legs together to do a shrimp. And I think generally you're going to find advantages and disadvantages to both. But generally speaking, you practice either way, whatever works for you, and find what you're comfortable with. There are always going to be scenarios that are going to favor one over the other. So from here, I pivot on the shoulders so my hips are off the ground. Then I plant my hips on the ground. So really, my weight is mostly in my hips. I get a little bit on my ribs, but not a whole lot, right? So shoulder and toes, hips. Shoulder and toe, hip. Shoulder and toe, hips. Right? And so that's going to be your shrimping. And when people are rolling, like, you want to establish control. And the things that you want to control on somebody are going to be their shoulders and their hips, especially if they're on the ground in any way, shape, or form, right? Yeah, that's generally true. But, if somebody's playing guard, if you can glue somebody's hips or shoulders to the mat, then you're going to have a much easier time passing and getting out of that position. If you are doing a side control, you're doing a mount, or you're doing a knee ride, again, how you control the upper body and the lower body, specifically the hips and shoulders, is going to be everything as far as trying to establish some level of control. So, again, what this does, I'm able to move my hips, and my hands are blocking that head control. So if somebody's passing my guard and they're trying to get that underhook on the head, and they're trying to start to flatten me out, first of all, notice I'm all the way on my side. I can't shrimp from here, right? Not effectively. So I want to be all the way on my side, because
that's going to give me the most mobility. Again, we talked about, trying to bridge from this position or trying to move on the mat from this position. It's going to be very hard. If I'm on my side, I have all this mobility. I can start to move. I can start to do things. So my hands are preventing that underhook of the head. I'm not really extending out. If I really, especially this top arm, if I extend out, somebody's going to put on a Darce choke and I'm going to get choked out, right? So, I'm just trying to keep that underhook from happening. And a lot of times I'm going to use more of this more protected arm, which is going to be my bottom arm. So I'm in, up, right? Now, the second part of this is going to be your reverse shrimp. So I'm going to dig my heels in and I come all the way on my back. Side, so I'm in that little ball. Dig my heels in, come on my back. Come out a little bit more so you can see that a little bit better. So again, right? I'm going to dig my heels in and I come in here. And the reason we're doing that, let's say somebody's starting to pass my guard. They're maybe pinning this leg down, they're coming through this way. I'm protecting from that underhook, and I'm going to shrimp out, and I want to get this leg free. And so once I get kind of to that free point where it's probably just between the legs, but it's no longer getting pinned down, I'm going to dig my heel in, boom, and my knee's going to come alongside their body, and then I can go back into my closed guard. So that's kind of the value of that reverse shrimp. And there's also other values to that. One is that it's a great hamstring workout, and so when we're breaking posture, we're going to be using those hamstrings like crazy, and this kind of starts to train that movement that we're going to be using to start to break people's posture down. So that's kind of your shrimp escaping and shrimp to regard that's going to become very valuable later on. So that's number 3.